Hello everyone, just wanted to make a quick update on this new build variation of the Chronomancer. I call it the Orbital Strike Chronomancer. And so how it works is that we are running 4 different cast-on triggers right here. So we have double cast-on elemental ailment, 1 cast-on crit, and 1 elemental invocation that we automate. So we put Comet on everything, Cascade on everything, Pinpoint critical, and we have a flex spot that we can either put Zenith or we can put Boundless Energy, we can put Energy Retention and Efficiency. Now, efficiency is not necessarily needed because we're able to get our mana back relatively quickly, so we don't rely on cost efficiency anymore. And so how we're able to get away with this is by generating as many remnants as possible. And so that's where these come in. So we have mana remnants, we have remnants of Calgar, and then we have siphon elements. And then we have remnants from our Frostbomb, and we have remnants from our Powered by Berisium. And when we combine that with empowering remnants have a 15% chance to grant their effects twice, increased effect, having a chance to double, that adds up, and in combination with arcane remnants and vigorous remnants, we're able to generate our mana back nearly instantly whenever we pick up a remnant. So the more remnants we create, the more mana we can have, and we don't have to rely on cost efficiency as much. So as you can see, I don't really have any points here. I don't have any points here or over here. And my rings, they're not really that good. They don't even have cost efficiency. Well, there's 15% right here, but you kind of get the point. And so the rest of my skills, we have elemental weakness. So we only use this like on bosses or like on really strong elites, or you can just use it on your expeditions. So if you know the enemies are going to spawn in the area, you can place 2 of these down, and they should last you for a good bit, for about 10 seconds or so. Next we have Ice Nova. This is like your laser designator. So essentially you press Ice Nova and your comets will rain down on that location. And so we have Zenith here, Astral Projection. This allows your Ice Nova to be casted at ranged. We have Arbiter's Ignition for the sole purpose of giving us Elemental Archon. We're able to ignite the enemy because we are using Adonias, and Adonias makes us do multiple elemental triggers, I guess that's how you say it. And over here we have Ice Bite, so you have more 30% extra cold damage. You can replace Ice Nova for Spark if you want. So what you do is you just swap out Spark for Ice Nova, and you just put the same skills down. Just like that. If you want, you can put Propulsion right here. You could also put Arbiter's Ignition up here on one of your comets as well. So it's pretty flexible in that regard. But I like Ice Nova because it's just more instant freeze, and you don't have to build up freeze or spark as much. They both offer pros and cons depending on which one you like more. Frostbomb, the sole purpose of this is just to generate remnants, and this empowers your Ice Nova with these ice remnants. It also applies exposure, but that's not the main purpose of it. It's just mostly just to apply to generate more infusions as well. And the more infusions you have, you can also utilize that to get your Pinnacle of Power with Adonias Ego. Firestorm, the only purpose is just to pick up the remnants and to give you power charges, and then you spend it on Pinnacle of Power. Elemental Conflux, this just gives you a lot of damage, so it's just pretty good to have. And I already talked about the remnants. For the gear that I have, I'm just going to go over the gear that I have. I have Adonias Ego, the main generator of our damage. I have Alpha's Cowl. This gives you a lot of spirit, and it doubles your presence radius. And your presence radius comes into effect with the Sacred Flame. So enemies in your presence have lowered elemental resistances. So it's pretty much your entire screen. This also gives you gain as extra fire. You have cast on elemental ailments, absent amulet. You just want plus levels of spells. Spirit are the main ones you're looking for. Mana is also good. And then for the other effects, you can have cast speed, attributes, resistances. It's a flex spot. You can put whatever. For your jacket, you just want resistances and spirit. For your rings, you just want to make sure you have enough attributes to meet the gear requirements, and then you just want any resistances that you're missing and max mana. That's pretty much it. For the gloves, gives you more crit damage. Headhunter, really good for mapping. You can use Mage Blood for more consistency, or you can just use any rare belt. Boots with move speed and resistances. This chalice gives you a lot of mana over time, which is pretty good, and it can overflow, which is really nice because sometimes our mana can be able to overflow as well. So since we're using mind over matter, our mana is also our life pool, so this is pretty nice. Dousing charm, stun charm, and freeze charm. And then we have Orlov's Resolves. This gives you guard whenever it's based on your runic word. So right now we have 1,000 ward. Whenever we press our flask, we have 1,000 guard. So this gives you like another 1,000 hit points as well. And in conjunction with Remnants of Calgar, this gives you another 500 or so. So you can have even more guard as well. For our passives, we're using Chronomancer. We have Sands of Time. Now and again, this is probably the most important part about this ascendancy, is because cascadable skills have a 20% chance to echo, and repeatable spells have a 20% chance to repeat. And since we are using Comet meets those both categories. They both repeat and they cascade. So you have a 20% chance of repeating and echoing. So a lot of Comets. And over here, 30% damage reduction, very nice. And Temporal Rift. So what this comes in handy is that whenever your mana does go to 0 and you don't have any enemies, or you're just in danger, or you're fighting a boss, you just press Temporal Rift and you're back to full mana. If you don't want to play with this, that's fine. You can just put points into Slow Effect and Presence of Slow. So this gives you like a miniature Blasphemy while not having it. And Blasphemy with Temporal Chains, essentially. But it's kind of like a weaker version. So if you don't want to play with Temporal Rift, you can run with Apex at the moment. And so the skill tree here, we are using this gem called Controlled Metamorphosis. We have the very large version, and this allows us to allocate points out in the outer side of the ring, which saves us a lot of points from traveling. So we have a point here, Invocated Echoes. We have here a Frostwalker. We gain 40% reduced chill effect, and we have the most important is gain as extra cold while on shield ground. Since we're using Ice Nova, we're able to create shield ground on our own. Over here we have Secrets of the Orb, +1 orbs. This helps us with our frost bombs, so we can have 3 at a time instead of 2. We have Potent Incantation, and we have Ruin, just for more damage for our Comets. And I already talked about the Empowering Remnants right here. So the more Remnants we create, the more mana we can get back. And we don't have to invest as much into mana cost efficiency. Other than that, the skill tree is relatively the same from the Nova Warp version. For the other gems I have here is Eldritch Battery. We have a new Time Loss, gives you more crit chance, and Magnitude of Ailments. So that's how I have just points allocated here. It's just to power up the Time Loss Sapphire. And over here we just have Megalomaniac Diamond. We have increased crit chance, and we have more stun threshold over here. And Heart of the Well, we just have 15% gain is extra cold and lightning and more crit chance. And that is the build. Hope you enjoy.